Why being always available is slowly destroying you. Freud explains. You say you are always available, always present, always ready to respond, to help, to give, and perhaps on the surface this appears to be a virtue. People may even praise you for it. They may call you reliable, selfless, even admirable. But I would ask you, at what cost? You see, the human mind is not as simple as it appears. Much of what drives you does not come from conscious choice, but from forces hidden beneath your awareness. When you are always available, it is rarely just about kindness. Often it is about something deeper, something you may not yet have confronted. There is within you a voice, the superego. It tells you who you should be. It demands that you be good, accommodating, and pleasing. It whispers that if you are not available, you are failing in some way, that you are less worthy of love, of approval, of belonging. And so your ego, trying to keep you safe from discomfort, obeys this voice. It keeps you saying yes, even when you are tired. It keeps you showing up, even when you feel empty. Because to say no feels dangerous. It feels like risking rejection. It feels like losing something you cannot afford to lose. But beneath all of this, there may be a quieter truth, one that is harder to admit. Perhaps, somewhere in your past, you learned that love had to be earned. That attention came when you were useful. That being present, being needed, was the way to secure connection. And now, without realizing it, you repeat this pattern, again and again. This is what I would call repetition, a compulsion to recreate what is familiar, even if it is not healthy. So you make yourself constantly available, not always because you freely choose to, but because something inside you fears what will happen if you do not. And here lies the mistake. Not that you care for others, not that you give. These are not wrong, but that you abandon yourself in the process, that you measure your worth by your availability, that you forget that you too have limits, needs, and a life that deserves your own presence. To always be available is to leave no space for yourself, and a person who has no space for themselves eventually feels empty, even if they are surrounded by people. True psychological health does not come from constant giving. It comes from balance, from knowing that you can step back and still be worthy, that you can say no and still be loved, that your value does not disappear simply because you are not always there. So I would tell you this: learn to tolerate the discomfort of absence. Learn to face the fear of not being needed. Learn to choose yourself, not out of selfishness, but out of necessity, because until you do, you are not truly giving. You are only responding to something within you that is still asking to be healed.